an investor doing things on your own? How about someone working with a firm that isn't so responsive or in sync with your investment philosophy? My podcast talks you through all things financial. Look, there's stuff you don't deal with very often, but investments, insurance, and retirement is something we plan for each and every day. This is the PennyWise Financial Podcast, and welcome to the show. All right, welcome to the PennyWise Financial Podcast. Constantine here, Monarch Wealth Management. My co-host today is David Georgiev, and we're going to be talking about a lot of different things. At the top of the show, let's start off with looking at things like gas prices, cost of a gallon of milk, how about some bread, 30-year fixed mortgage, in case you want to buy a house and a loaf of bread, grab a gallon of milk, and auto loan rates. Dave,
wow,
bring us into the show. We'll touch on all those.
You went moments. So like you sounded depressed on the auto loan rates.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a guest today.
Ooh,
the man, the myth, the legend.
Oh,
Humby's Hive owner and founder, Mr. Matthew Humby. Matt,
thank you guys for having me.
Welcome to the show,
being
buddy.
On here, big fan.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Wow.
welcome.
Yes.
The I gotta say, I was thinking about this as the intro was. As I was giggling like a small school child, is the amount of years that we have known each other in this room. I've known Matt since the 7th grade. You guys met probably
sometime
16
ish.
High school.
10th, 11th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peppermint days. Those were a long time ago.
Yeah, you worked at Peppermints too for a little bit. Salad bar guy.
Yeah. I wasn't there when you were there, but.
When Zeus
I
was
did not know that.
Yeah. I
was
washed
the salad
dishes
bar guy.
and did the salad bar.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Why'd you leave?
I think I got something closer.
Better opportunities.
The day I put in my application, he's walking out the door.
Was he not there yet?
No.
Oh.
No. Where'd you start it? Serving? Busing?
I think I was doing dishes.
Okay.
Did you start as a dishwasher there?
Yeah. Dishes.
Hey, what was the other place you used to work at? The chicken place.
Oh,
Swiss Chalet.
Oh.
I don't even remember that place being in Rochester.
Come
Is that like a
on.
Ponderosa thing?
No. You guys don't know Swiss Chalet?
I know the name.
I know of it. I feel like they were in Canada.
Yes, big
That
time
sounds
Canada.
like a Canada.
They're still
it
in
does,
Canada.
It does. Anything chalet, just send them up to Canada.
Chalet was good.
Really?
They had the barbecue sauce or the chalet, and the chalet was like mint.
What's the chalet? You say
What
like
is a
Chalet is like a mint. It's not mint. It's a meat-based sauce. It was good.
when you say,
what do you-
chalet, I think of like a lodge, like a ski lodge. Like, oh, let's head over to the chalet.
You put it.
Is that the same
It's
thing?
like a gravy?
Almost.
Oh, okay. I can
Almost.
get down on that. Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Almost.
bringing it back around, gentlemen.
The chalet.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, let's jump into serious business. Yes,
Yes.
very, very professional today. I'm surrounded by two people I've known for, the
20.
better part of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually told my son today. I said, Bash, I'm doing a show with Virgil. He goes, you told me about that guy. I said, you know him, like you actually know him.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, doesn't he own like a wood company? And we'll get into the stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. And he's like, didn't he make me those cool toys? I go, no, that was somebody else.
Oh.
He goes, Dad, when is the show? I go, today. He's like, am I in school? I said, yeah. He goes, so I can't come? I said, no, not this time, buddy. So he was a little sad
Yeah. He's
to
a
not
good
be here.
co-host to have. He
Yeah.
helps you out.
But you probably got like 30 years that you guys have known each other. We've known each other even longer.
Yeah, we're 46 now.
Yeah.
I
Well, speak for yourselves.
I
I'm
said
45.
we are 46.
I'm
Wow.
45.
Still in the mid-40s category,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
So a better
Ouch.
part of our life. We've.
Yeah. More years together than without.
Yeah.
How nice
Cheers,
that is.
boys.
Is that a Hallmark card? Moving on. Gas prices. $4.25 for a gallon of gas. I think I pay about $5 for premium. Gallon of milk is at $4.15.
whoa.
Is that
a
right?
flex?
I got gas this morning, $5.44.
$5.44.
$5.44
Where,
premium.
Brockport?
Yes.
Yeah, I pay like $5.10, $5.05
But you
for
got to
premium.
be, I don't want to say you got to be careful with the prices because sometimes they'll show you a price if you're like the
Yeah.
member thing. And then it's like regular people that don't take the time to be the member. It's even higher.
Yeah.
So I was $5.44 today. Yeah.
I had filled my truck up this morning. It's $4.05, I think.
In Brockport?
I think so, or $4.50, something like that.
Regular?
You just jumped 45 cents.
It was.
He goes, it's like $4 or
Listen,
$4.50.
At this point, I don't pay attention as long as I fill up my tank. Like it's unleaded.
We're just
It's
going.
not premium, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, we're on gas topics. Have you guys seen the scams
No.
on gases? On gases. Gases. At the gas station.
No.
So they had the chip reader one.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
know about that,
Yeah.
like where they put the little, There's another one where they put almost like a screw in where you put the what do you call it? The pump or the gas pump. So it doesn't actually hang up. And some people don't like wait for it to finish. They wait for you to leave and they just keep filling up gas.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So they said look for the screw
Yeah.
in the hole for where, but like
Where are they hiding? Behind the gas station?
I don't know.
Like a bunch of elves?
I'll ask.
Okay.
I'll ask next time.
Okay.
Okay. So that's gas, milk, $4.15. I don't even know.
But I
I don't
heard.
drink a lot of milk. You guys drink milk?
No.
Our milk consumption has definitely gone down. Yeah.
Mine too.
I don't know if it's the cost reason, but just definitely.
Just consumption in general
Yeah.
of milk. We use lactate. We went back to lactate milk.
It's too sweet for me.
It helps with the stomach. It's not.
Well,
Me-
that's the
me
other
and
reason I
dairy.
don't drink a lot of it is
Yeah.
because I get like an upset stomach.
What did you
Yeah.
grow up on? Like whole milk?
Whole milk.
Really?
Oh, I loved whole milk.
I grew up on skim, like 1%.
Did you?
And now
No.
we get whole.
We had whole as kids. Or no, vitamin D. Is that a milk?
Yeah, I think that's whole milk.
Yeah.
Okay. But my brother, who was sick all the time with stomach aches, so we switched to lactate, and then instead of having two different milks, we just had lactate.
I didn't know they had lactate back then.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it
It's
was
better now. Like you can, I don't know. It's even better as far as like stomach, in my opinion. If you want to make enemies with me, take me out to ice cream, and you'll hate me
Ooh.
very close after. So throwing that out there, boys.
All
Noted.
right. Yeah.
No ice cream.
Ice cream after the show.
But I did hear, hopping over to eggs. Eggs are at all-time low prices now. They went from like being all jacked up in expense to the lowest in 20 years or something. I read that yesterday morning quickly, so I didn't verify sources. So
It's
take-
hard to say too because they don't have just like one type of egg, right?
Yeah.
There's cage free. There's this one is vegan. This one eats grass. This one eats organic. So I don't know.
We got chickens, so we get eggs for free. So.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing,
Actually,
bro.
they're not for free. We have to feed them and take care of them.
Nothing's
so
free.
Nothing is free.
How many chickens?
Enough that the village knows.
Oh. What's the legal amount in the
is there a
village?
limit?
Oh, yeah, in the village.
What?
6?
I think so.
Okay. Whatever the legal limit is, that's
So
how
we
many
have the
Matt
legal
has.
limit.
6.
6 chickens, no
I mean, he's
roosters.
right in the village.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that like a village rule?
It's a village rule.
Okay.
yeah.
The village people.
Wow.
Mm.
What happens if you have more? What if you have
I
7?
think they like come and take your chickens.
They murder them.
Wow.
They fine you probably.
Escort them out with their
Sounds
hands
like a
behind
nice
their backs.
family moment. The town is coming in and ripping chickens out of your coop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like ice
Tonight
but
at
for
6.
chickens. You know?
Are they wearing a fox costume or anything?
Ice
Like-
for chickens. Gee.
The fox, yeah, that'd be a good costume. Uniform, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Okay. Loaf of bread, $2.90. That one's another one too. I feel like everybody switched to sourdough. Is he eating sourdough?
Sourdough's good.
I like sourdough.
I had sourdough this week at the diner, Brockport Diner.
Okay.
Best home fries, bro.
Do you guys do like the multi-grain kind of breads?
I used to.
Hardy?
My family doesn't
No?
do a lot. No
You do white bread?
sourdough.
Oh,
Is that what you buy now at home?
Yeah, we. I don't even think we really buy it from the store that much. There's a guy that's in the village of Victor, right across the school, that opens. It's called the Bread Shed, and he's only open like Monday from like 2 to 2:15, and like a couple other days.
Yeah.
So my son, like it's usually when school lets out. So he's like, "Mom, we got to stop and get that." He loves it, sourdough bread.
Yeah.
Of course, he's got like an assortment of cookies and little stuff.
Sure.
Cool
Like-
dude.
That's awesome.
Bacon the rest of the time that he's not open? That's cool.
It's not cheap though. I think it's
Oh.
like $10-12 a loaf.
Wow.
Yeah.
How big's that loaf, dude?
Your average size, I guess.
Does it last you a long time? You guys go through it quick.
For the family, we don't like one slice of sourdough. They're pretty big, right?
Yeah.
So we cut that in half. I'll have half. My son will have half. And I don't know. There's maybe 12, 15 slices.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's all, I'm assuming it's all organic and natural and all that jazz.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I know. I know.
We're supporting local. And, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
One day we stopped by, and I think he was supposed to be open, but he was closed because I think they sold out of everything. And we pulled in, and he saw us. He came out of his house because it's at his house, like in his driveway.
The shed's in this house?
Oh, yeah.
At the house.
At the house, across from the school. He comes out, and he's like, what are you guys looking for? And he saw Sebastian. He's like, let me open up, even though we're closed and we're sold out. I got some more stuff. And it was kind of cool. Like, you're supporting local, and you saw the guy that's, you're helping.
Yeah.
Cool. He's probably, using good ingredients and things.
Oh,
like
yeah.
That.
Yeah. I hate to say it, though, but like sometimes we were talking about this last night at our Guardians of Hope meeting, is sometimes shopping local does cost you more.
Yeah.
We had signs made for our event a couple weeks ago from a company we've been using for years in Rochester, and we were like, let's compare it to Canva.
Mm-hmm.
Canva's literally half the price. And it's like, people can argue the quality, like maybe it's the quality's not as good as the local people, but like half the price when you're working with a nonprofit. So we're not making money. We're like raising money. It's like, man, I like being a blessing to these people, but it's also costing me double the amount.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me challenge you on this one.
Uh-oh.
What if you went...
Physical challenge.
What if you... Double dare.
Double dare. Yeah.
Come on, Verge. If
Mark
you
Summers,
went...
here we go.
If you took that and went to the local shop and said, look, we're a nonprofit. Like, could you help us out a little bit? What do you think they'd say?
I'm going to answer the question of, in the bill, we had an itemized bill. It was double the cost with a 25% discount on some of the signs we bought. So that was with a discount. It was still double the price.
Yeah. I mean, just having a little hand in that, handmade stuff is going to cost because it's typically a one-off. It's not mass-produced.
Yeah.
It's one person doing that job, The materials, you don't get breaks on the materials part of the time. So, a lot of that stuff, if you're getting, local, handmade, even products like eggs, honey, stuff like that, it might cost a little bit more, but at least you can kind of know that it's, the local thing is the key.
Yeah, and I think the quality is there. Like, like I think about your woodworking. It's not going to be cheap, but that when it's done, it's a great product. Like the final product is awesome,
Food is a big thing too, right? I mean, you're putting that in your body.
Yeah.
I didn't used to care much, but it's like there's one stamped organic. I don't know if it really is or not, but I guess I'd rather, if I had a choice between premium or just like the regular, when I want to buy the premium.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You want the best, right?
As long as you can afford it, right? But affordability.
Sure.
They said
Especially right now.
What was up? It was up 4%. Consumer price index, or a number came out today, and it was up 4% from last May, which is the highest it's been in years. Like as far as the increase in, I think it was the consumer price index.
Wow.
Yeah. So inflation's still here, is what we're saying, and it's sticking around. So.
Well, we see that. We talked about gas. We talked about milk, bread, eggs. You said are better.
Mm-hmm.
Mortgage rates almost 6.5, 6.3.
Mm-hmm.
And then auto loan rates 7.5. Ooh, 7.5. Remember when they used to have like 0% for 60 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even like 3 or 4 was a great percentage at some point, right?
But I have to plug Advantage Federal Credit Union by
hard to
far.
beat.
Yeah. I think 4.99 right now if you have like 2 years or newer vehicle. So 2024, 2025, 2026, 4.99. They're opening one in Brockport, where that old HSBC used to be.
Okay. Yeah, I refinanced my truck with them when your brother went to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he recommended.
Yeah.
Who's that? Advantage?
Advantage.
Yeah.
I know people that work at other banks and credit unions that go there for their car loans. It's crazy. What a
Absolutely.
plug. We should get them as sponsors on this thing.
I don't
Advantage,
know.
if you're listening, page us. Fax us.
I'm sure they're waiting. Let's go back to Verge. Let's go back to
here we
our
go.
guest.
There he
Why
is.
you're here? We talked about those things, and the overall economy is doing okay. I think some people are kind of reluctant right now, a little bit fearful. We've made a lot of money. We've seen the S&P up close to 6-7%. Tell us a little bit about your business. At least one of them.
Sure. Which one do you want me to start with?
Start off with Humby's Hive.
I was going to go the other direction.
Wow.
There you go.
Well, they're both kind of interlinked into Humby's Hive, so we'll start with the woodworking.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I've been doing woodworking for a goodness, how many years now? Since I was probably about 19, 20 when we worked at Harrington's Florist, made some things for the public market that they used to go to.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait, so you made stuff while you were working for Harrington?
Yeah. The
Timmy.
Florist,
I didn't know that.
Timmy.
I thought you guys just did like grunt work.
We did, but I did woodworking.
Did you work there long? I didn't work there long at all.
Yeah, I worked there like 2 summers, I think.
Oh, wow.
And then I worked, delivering on their big days and stuff like that. So,
Wow.
But up in my apartment, that one of those 2 bedrooms.
In Gates?
Yeah, the upstairs
Remember
apartment.
his upstairs apartment?
Yeah, I do.
With the
He had a
dog?
Dalmatian. Or no,
No.
Dalmatian.
The Great Dane.
Great
Great
Dane.
Dane.
Yeah. That
Ben's.
was huge.
Scooby-Doo.
Ben's,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I had one of the rooms was my a wood shop, and I was working out of there and made some stuff, and so it was a fun little projects.
What's the first thing you made
Ever?
ever?
I made some benches at the top of the stairs up there, which I had never done before. So there was
That big? Like I was gonna say like maybe a keychain or something. You
No,
made a
no.
bench?
Yeah,
That was
like,
your first
you come up
build?
the stairs and there was an open area and it wanted a place to sit and store stuff, so I just kind of built benches into there. Yeah, that was the first thing I think I
At your apartment in Gates?
yeah, right at the top of the stairs where Duke had jumped off.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was a crazy.
I don't
that
think
was
I
fun.
ever knew that.
Yeah.
Going there.
Yeah.
You didn't really brag about it.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't a bragging thing back then,
Matt
Social
Humby,
media wasn't
not
big.
a bragger.
He was learning. He was a student.
Learning the trade.
How did you learn? Who taught you?
My dad always did some woodworking in the basement, but I don't think he ever taught me. I'd work on things around the house with him, but nothing he makes stuff for my mom, but I don't think it was a taught thing. So
Okay.
it was more-
What's your favorite thing you've made? A tie holder?
Oh goodness, why you got to bring that up?
Yeah.
See now.
Oh, that's like a thing. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
we gotta talk about
Stop,
it. We
stop.
gotta talk
Tell-
about it.
What's the tie holder?
So I got commissioned to make a tie holder where it's a bunch of cubbies
From Kevin.
from Kevin Johnson, great guy, and I think it was just out of my comfort zone. I got to a certain point where I thought it was, could be completed, and I ended up cutting something. So they say, measure twice, cut once. Well, that unfortunately didn't happen, and I cut part of it where it would have had to start the whole project over. And he had waited for a good year and a half before I got to the point that I was at. So I had to let him down, and it's kind of it scarred me a little bit, to tell you the truth. I've been afraid to go back in the shop and make something. So
When was this?
very recently, yeah, like a week or 2 ago.
Oh my God.
But he started this project a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So Kevin's been waiting for so Kevin was going to order a tie holder thing, and he's like, "Hey, Matt makes things. I'd rather give Matt the business."
I feel like you're throwing me under the bus.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is, really
This is
bothering
decades
me.
of
I was
friendship.
going in a different
Why
direction.
did I sign up for this?
What is this?
But I would talk to Matt. I'm like, "Hey, how's that tie holder going?" And he's like, "I don't want to talk about it, Dave." And then a couple months would go by, and just randomly, "Oh, hey, how's that tie holder coming?"
This is going to be really good for my business.
Yeah.
Thanks.
This
People
is
are
going on
want-
here.
This thing scarred him, and he's just like, "It's just not my wheelhouse."
No. So
You didn't love it though. You didn't love the project.
no, and that's kind of I think where I'm at now. I've taken a lot of orders and done a lot of things for the money. You know what I mean? And it's not much money. I'm terrible at pricing my stuff, pricing myself.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm actually paying the person to take the project away
Come
from
on,
me.
Virgil.
No, honestly,
Yeah.
if you really look at it, I mean, you can look at prices on Etsy and you can look at prices, like Dave was saying, of big companies, and they're always going to be cheap, because these people get multiple orders or whatever the case is, like I brought up before. You get the person that's local is going to work on this thing by hand, not a machine. I don't have a CNC. I don't have laser engraver. I have these two hands and the tools that I have acquired, and that's going to cost something, and I always have had my cost at very low, just because I had never thought someone would want to pay what they actually are worth.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How do you calculate what your time is worth?
I don't, and that's the sad thing. I've spoken to a lot of other woodworkers and stuff, and they have, calculations, or they deem their time to be, $50 an hour, whatever it may be. I can just throw out a price. What I think that what I guess it comes down to what I think I would pay for something, and a lot of times because I can make it, I would probably not pay as much, so then I would charge that amount. So
that makes. I mean, it is hard. Like, how do you put a value on time? And I always think of some of my previous clients that would tell me stories of different things. One of them being, I hired a repair guy to come in and look at my appliance. He was there in 5 minutes, swapped out the part. My bill was $265. Why?
Yeah.
And you're not paying for that person's time in that moment, right? But you maybe are paying for some experience they've learned and gathered over time,
absolutely.
Right? And I would say there's some value in that. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing in a wood shop. I probably hurt myself, number one. Number two, I don't know. You say measure twice, cut once. I might measure 100 times and cut 50 times and break it and, start over. And there's some value in that. And I think, I don't know, Dave and I talk about this a lot in valuing what you do for a living and having a passion for it. But this is not like your primary business. This is not how you pay the bills.
No, this is a hobby that, can be lucrative at times. I think when I first started and, doing social media, and it's been pretty much word of mouth and repeat customers and things. 1 year, actually many years, it was big on ornaments around Christmas time. People were, coming to me saying, "Hey, can you make this ornament?" And the ornament might take me a couple days to make, and I'm still charging $10 for it because the ornament that took me 5 minutes to make, I charged $10 for. So I'm charging the same amount for an ornament, regardless of what went into it, whether I had to, find the design, change the design so that it would work, and then get in there and make it happen, so.
Matt, so for people listening, what types of projects do you like doing? Like, what are you welcoming as far as like new business?
So I like I want to get into more artistic kind of stuff. I use a scroll saw, which is basically, a table that has a blade that moves up and down, very thin blades, and it's able to cut kind of intricate things. I've used that for years, like I said, from the beginning to now, and I've upgraded that to one of the best ones that they have out there. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm fairly good at that, and it allows me to be artistic at the same time as creating this woodworking piece. So I think that's kind of my niche that I've kind of fell into. So
you've done some stuff for the fire department too. He I think this was 2 years ago. We had little fire hydrants as like centerpieces for the table at our banquet, so our annual banquet that we have.
Oh, that's clutch.
And then we had we had some sort of game where people won them to take them home, so if there's 10 people at the table.
The centerpiece?
The centerpiece, yeah.
They're probably about 10 inches tall, looked like a fire hydrant. And just, kind of came up with the design and then worked out how make the piece fit that. And I think 20 of them we ended up making.
That's the thing that kills me for what you do. I think that you like the art part of it, but then it's got to stink then after. It's like, all right, now make 20 of these. You want to make one thing and then move on to another project, and you're like, I need 47 of these. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, again, the cost factor, like, what time did I spend into that, and did I charge enough? Probably not, but it was a good experience,
Yeah.
And for the fire department, I've always got they're great guys. I loved being in it. A lot of them are still friends, so doing it for them is different. So
absolutely.
If you could make anything, like what would your thing be? Or what's something that you wanna do that you haven't done yet?
I'd love to make my logo. I've never made my logo. I have
out of wood.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that, and I just have never taken the time. Never, I have the hexagon cell.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the hexagon shape.
Your logo?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it's not too detailed, but getting those angles right, you gotta make sure you do that so it comes out right, and then I think that'd be one thing that I'd like to do for myself. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: this sign here that we had, viewers can't see this, but this is out of what, sheet metal?
Yeah.
You could do this out of wood, cut out with lighting in the back.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's something you know how to do.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Little fun fact. I was working on something for you guys, but I just didn't have time to finish it. So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dave's seen the design. You haven't seen the finished product, but
Oh, that's right.
I'll share it with you later, Zeus. But it's gonna look cool.
Sounds like you're dangling the carrot. Like, hey, I had something good for you, Johnny, but you weren't good enough, so I'm sorry I don't have it.
I was gonna hopefully get called back, and then I could present it to you then. But I did bring some gifts for you in exchange for that. So,
really?
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys want to hand these over to you.
A little bit of bartering.
Wow. Never had a guest get up mid-podcast.
No.
Well, I saw you two weren't moving, so
Wow.
Wow, this is heavy.
Let me open this.
Oh.
Open this bad boy.
So those are little gifts from my other business in the Humby's Hive. So
Yeah. This is the good stuff.
the good stuff. Zeus, I don't know if you like honey, but hopefully you do.
I love honey.
Great.
We actually have one of your honeys downstairs.
Yeah, awesome. And then
Oh,
some
wow.
stickers and some magnets in there. So
Oh, that's pretty neat.
it's a little swag
Thank you,
bag from
Matthew.
Humby's Hive.
Yeah. I do want to clarify, you did call Constantine Zeus earlier, and you did call
I did.
Matthew Virgil earlier. For
For the guests.
our listeners, we, again, knowing each other for 30 years, we have some nicknames in there. So not to throw anybody off. I love the stickers, actually.
Yeah.
These are sweet. Thanks,
Thank
bro.
you.
Where'd you get the stickers done?
Sticker Mule, and there's another place. Here.
Sticker.
We should
mule.
do Monarch stickers. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Great idea, actually.
Those magnets
Dude.
are really cool too. So
Or magnets is what I meant to say. Because
Yeah,
then it goes on
in the
somebody's
fridge.
fridge. Hey, there's my financial advisor. Shazam.
In every house except ours. My wife does not put it. You wouldn't dare put a magnet on the fridge.
no,
Really?
No. No way.
Our fridge looks like a war zone with all. But every time we go on vacation, that's something we do intentionally. We're like, get a magnet.
Yeah.
It gets added to it. I wish it was a little more organized, but that's a different story. Yeah. So let's talk about. Can we talk honey? All things honey.
all things honey bees. Yeah,
So Matthew, you are also a beekeeper.
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 Yes,
Do you wear the costume?
it's not a costume. Yeah, it's not a costume, but
Or is it?
could be. It's not the fox costume for sure, but
Yeah.
That's safe for the village people
yes,
Correct.
It's
When they
my
show.
it's my beekeeping suit. Keeps me safe from the bees.
Have you ever gotten a bee in the costume when you're? No, I'm calling it a costume.
Yeah, duh.
When you're in the suit, has one snuck in?
Yeah. Monday.
No.
Monday?
No.
Stung me on the leg, and it's
It's
got
it's
me.
no longer with you. The bee.
Yeah, thankfully I'm still here.
It didn't make it.
I didn't find it. I found its stinger in my leg though.
Gee.
Yeah, they're vicious sometimes.
When
but-
you do the honey, or you're
Gathering?
checking you're checking in on it. How about this? Why don't you describe what?
Yeah, tell us
happens?
what
Well,
you
I wanna know
actually do,
what
because
your
we're clearly having a hard time asking you.
So
questions
as a
about this.
beekeeper, my job is to tend to the bees, making sure that they're healthy and happy, and then I get to glean some of that honey from them. Obviously, you don't take it all because they still need to survive, but being a beekeeper, you do get to collect some of that honey. And
How do you make sure they're happy and healthy?
so, going in and making sure that, first of all, that the queen is laying eggs. You know, she's one of the vital roles. Many people think that bees are like a colony. They are a colony, but they're not like a monarch. Sorry for the
Wow.
monarch.
Ooh.
Yeah,
They are not a monarch.
not a
they are
monarch.
not a monarch. The queen is the only bee in the hive that lays eggs, and that's her purpose.
Dictatorship.
No, the colony as a whole tells how that hive survives and how they act.
Socialism.
Dumb question. Is the queen the only female in the group?
No.
No.
Ooh.
Oh,
Mythbusters.
so how do you know?
It's about, I'd say 90 to 98% of the hive is going to be female.
Wow.
Very small percentage is male. The male's only job is to, obviously,
Get yelled at?
No, well,
Take out the trash.
they do help the procreation, and then they die. So
That's all
Oh.
they do is procreate and die.
it's they eat the honey, and at the winter time, when winter's coming, the rest of the bees will kick all the drone. They call them drones. Male bees are drones. Drones will get kicked out of the hive. They'll literally drag them out.
So the
To
ladies pollinate the flowers?
Yes.
Okay.
So-
Men can't do that.
No, men are not pollinators.
Okay.
There's many stages of the bee's life. They last about 45 days is a typical life of a bee. And from the beginning stage when they hatch out of their cell to the end of their life, they serve many different purposes to keep that colony surviving.
So here's a question.
Sure.
How do you identify the queen? How do you know?
She's much larger, she's faster, and I wish I had a picture to show you guys, but there's definitely a difference in the way that they look.
If I was in the hive and I would know?
You might not. For a very long time, I identified drones, which are the males, because they're bigger as a female, as the queen. Not until I got used to what the queen looks like, and she has a longer abdomen. She's got on her back is like a black. It's kind of typically black in color. She's much longer and she's much faster. So,
are you born into that role?
Queen?
As the queen.
Yes.
You
as
are.
a matter of fact, you are.
Really?
So, what the colony will do is they'll take an egg that has been laid by a queen. Typically 1 to 3 days is the time span. They'll start feeding them feeding those eggs royal jelly.
Royal jelly?
Royal jelly.
What is that? I don't even know what
is
that
that
means.
compared to different jelly?
No, just the royal jelly is in the hives. There's no other jelly.
Okay.
It's food that they're providing for, or the bees are making for the larva. So once they start feeding the egg royal jelly and they want that to be a queen, they'll continue to feed it royal jelly. All the rest of the eggs that are laid and turn into larvae will stop being fed royal jelly and start being fed bee bread. So they'll continue.
Bee bread?
It's another,
It's like sourdough?
It's not finding that at the bread shed.
It's not $10 a loaf, that's for sure.
Okay.
But they'll continue to feed the rest of the bees bee bread, and they'll turn into females. So,
wow, that's kind of wild.
yeah,
Bees are kind of like a cool thing.
it's very cool. It's a very there's so many aspects of that. Dave, you've been in the hive with me.
Yeah.
I wore
I wore the costume once.
He had the costume on.
Yeah.
You have 2 costumes?
I've got a couple costumes. Yeah,
Do
just
you?
in case
Yeah,
anybody
just
wants
in
to come
case.
over.
It's like a team.
Yeah.
A team
It's almost
of
like an astronaut suit, kind of.
It is.
You got that big...
It's like a biohazard suit.
Yes.
hazmat situation.
Yes.
What about, so tell us about when you want to get in there to say, like, do some maintenance and stuff, What do you do as far as, like, how do you get them out of your...
Out of your way?
Yeah.
Yeah, so typically you'll smoke them. So I have a smoker. You fill it with, all different types of fuel, pellets, wood, anything to kind of, you want like a cool smoke. You don't want to like a hot smoke on them. You'll give them a couple puffs.
Mm-hmm.
That'll cover up the pheromones so they won't get aggressive on you. And then you kind of open the hive.
It dulls them? Like it dulls their senses, kind of?
Yeah, it almost... things that I've read, it's supposed to like reenact or kind of spark in them like there's a fire or something like that. So sometimes they'll start taking the honey and kind of engorge themselves in case, if there was a fire in a hive in a tree, they're going to want to take their resources and go. So that smoke is kind of to, kind of simulate that,
Okay.
So then when you go in the hive, there's a couple lids you take off. You just kind of check out the hive, what the bees are doing, how they're acting, give a couple more puffs. Depends on if you're looking for how the queen is doing, because, again, she's one of the most important. You always want the queen laying eggs because the more eggs, the more bees, the more honey. That's kind of how you want to continue. If you see eggs being laid or larvae or capped honey, capped eggs, which is called brood, if you see those things, you know that the queen is doing well. So you kind of don't have to go find her every time, which is good.
Yeah.
Those signs, and again, as I've learned, in beekeeping, is you see those signs, it kind of shows you that she's doing good and the hive is doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can move on to looking for frames that have honey in them. So once you find a frame that has capped honey, pretty much like 80 to 90% of it's capped, you can pull that frame and you can put an empty frame and they'll
What is that
replenish
frame? What's
Frame
that,
is
like
where
the little hole?
No, it's going to be the wooden piece that you put in that has the wax built up and the cells built on it.
Oh, they like slide in and slide
Yes.
out?
We're going to lift them up. Yeah.
Yeah, but same theory. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Cool.
so from one, what is it, a box? One bee box?
Yeah, you call it a hive, but
A hive? So from one hive, roughly how much honey does that get you?
it depends.
Like typical.
Yeah, there's spring honey, there's fall honey. So I mean, I've had out of maybe 3 or 4 hives, I've had 180 pounds before.
Out of 3 or 4?
Yeah, typically.
180 pounds.
I mean,
so how many
I
of
was
these?
just going to ask you.
That's 1 pound.
So this is a pound.
Yeah.
In a season, how much do you think you make?
180?
Yeah, I mean,
180 of these.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
that's what I did last year. Yeah.
Is that good? I don't even know.
3 5-gallon buckets. It was good for me for the amount of hives that I have. So.
Wow.
And how much do you charge for these, Virgil?
$10.
$10 for a pound of honey.
Yeah.
Local honey.
Local honey.
Talk about the benefits of local.
So a lot of people there's many properties in the bees. They have what's called propolis, which is it's something that the bees make, the enzymes that they put together to create this almost glue for the inside of their hive. They can seal up holes and stuff if to keep the elements out. They use it to cover the walls, and it prevents like bacterias and stuff. So people have found that propolis is good for consumption and things like that. So beekeepers can gather propolis from their hive, and they can sell that in all different ways. I haven't really researched a lot about that. But even honey itself, it's been known to be like an antiseptic. If you get a cut, if you get a burn, something, you can put honey on it, and it's supposed to quicken the healing process.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
No,
absolutely.
almost like an aloe.
Yeah, very similar. Yeah.
Really cool. How about allergies? I heard, I don't know if it was from my doctor or somebody that said I should try local honey.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people have allergies or they're allergic to hay fever and all those kind of things, and I think just getting local honey in your normal diet can help with some of that stuff, alleviate that. I don't know if it's going to cure it, but it's not bad to try it.
What made you get into beekeeping?
So a couple friends of mine, my pastor at my church and his brother-in-law, who I coach soccer with, both did beekeeping, and they loved it. And my pastor ended up passing away. And a few years after that, it was around COVID time, my friend Chris asked me if I'd like to, kind of get into it also with him, so we could have someone to, kind of share his knowledge and stuff. And it's just grown from there. So started with 1 hive in my backyard. This year I'm up to 7 in my backyard. I have 2 off property, so I'm up to 9.
You have 7 in your backyard now?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I split a couple the other day, and splitting is when the hive becomes there's so many bees that there's not enough room before they swarm, which is when they decide to leave because of that situation. They'll leave because there's not enough room. I go and manually do that. I split them into 2 separate hives. So,
Yeah.
How much work is it?
so yeah, I mean,
how many hours?
it's not an
a
everyday.
week?
It's not an everyday
Okay.
job. I'd say if I got in there once a week just to verify everything's working. There's also things I didn't mention, diseases they're very popular in colonies of bees that you want to treat for and things like that, because they can kill your colony quick. And if you're not paying attention to if those diseases or those parasites are in there, you can lose your colony, and then then you're kind of start over.
I don't know if you know this. How important are bees to our overall health and the ecosystem? I hear there's it could have a huge impact if mass amounts of bees die.
I've read a lot of things that says that having pollinators is what keeps our crops and our food sources live and active. So anytime that there's not going to be bees around is obviously going to put that stuff into jeopardy.
Yeah.
I think honeybees are one of the biggest pollinators that is out there right now. So the diseases and parasites are big in the bee community, that they want to kind of mitigate those problems, and that's why there's a lot of chemicals out there. There's a lot of natural ways to keep those things out, but yeah, it's good practice to always check your bees.
What's a bee's natural predator? Is there anything that would besides disease? Is there another, like a dragonfly? I don't know. Like
I don't think there's
Watch
other,
out for that moth.
I'm sure birds maybe. I don't know. My chickens tend to stay
Woodpecker?
away. But I know there's other insects. There's like hornets. There's those Japanese murder hornets and stuff.
Wow.
Those things will come in
Did you
there.
say murder hornets?
Murder hornets, yeah.
That's literally what they're called.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I've seen it online. I thought it was a joke.
No.
Murder hornets?
Yeah.
That sounds vicious.
They'll go in and they'll either eat the larva right out of the cell, or they'll kill the bees and eat them up. I think they're carnivorous.
Carnivorous. That's a big word.
Yeah.
Matt, can you tell us what the process is? So you started at Cornell University. Is this factual?
Yeah.
To get your what's it called?
The Master Beekeeper Certificate.
Master Beekeeper.
Yeah.
That sounds official.
It does.
Working towards that.
What does that entail?
So they have a study program that you can take. It's several different. I think it's 4 different not little
Like
sections.
modules?
Yeah, different sections that you have to pass through, and then at the end you have a field study. You have an oral presentation, and then you have a written test to pass. Mm-hmm. Once you pass all 3 of those, you get your certificate to be a master beekeeper.
Wow.
Yeah. So
in the process?
Yeah, I've passed the field study, and I passed the oral presentation, and then now I just have the written portion to pass.
And this is all through Cornell University?
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into those 4 modules. Are jam-packed with tons of information, stuff that I can't even remember, but so
crazy.
Hopefully the test will go well.
Take a picture, Cons. This is our Ivy League friend.
Cornell
Pinkies up.
student.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those sweaters with the big C on it. If I
Master
pass.
Beekeeper.
Yeah,
I like that.
Hopefully that'll do good.
That's pretty awesome.
Any impact on the the economy right now, and in either the beekeeping business or the woodworking?
Not that's impacting me, but I know there was a few years back where the cost of wood was expensive.
Yes.
Oh, right after COVID or
yeah.
during COVID, yeah.
Yeah. So even going to Home Depot and that's just a mess on its own. But to get a 2x4 from there, you're paying $7 when the year before, 2 years before, you're paying $4. So it's almost double.
Yeah.
I typically try not to buy wood from those places just because you never know what you're going to get, and it's not always top quality and stuff. So a lumber yard or other places like that, I've been gifted a lot of wood, which has been a blessing. So beekeeping wise, I don't really know. I wish I had a better answer to that.
What's your most expensive thing about beekeeping, or what's costing?
Is it time?
No, not time. So upfront cost is always the most expensive, but the thing you can do is you get to reuse that stuff every year.
What is it like? What examples?
So the Hive boxes that you're dealing with, the frames that I've mentioned before, the bee suit, the smoker, fuel for that smoker, just all those upfront costs to get that to be able to be a beekeeper.
The smoker's like the fan thing.
It's like a canister with a little spout on it, and you open that up and you put like whatever burning stuff, fuel that you can burn, and then close that up, and it's got like a bellow on the back, and you puff that, and it puffs smoke out. So that's a smoker.
Okay.
So yeah, those upfront costs, but then you're going to reuse those things over and over again. And I've gotten a different suit, a couple years ago, but I think the biggest cost to me and why I sell my honey is that if I have to replenish my bees and they don't survive through the winter, I want to make sure that I have enough funds where it's not coming out of my own pocket to purchase new bees or new packages of bees and then get that whole process started again. Yeah. This year was actually great. I had 3 hives. I had ended the summer with 6. Ended the kind of fall winter with 6. 3 lasted through the winter, which was the most I've had, and then I purchased 2, so I had 5, and then we've kind of grown to 7 right now. So,
wow, awesome.
Yeah, that's the expensive part. It costs like roughly about $250 for live bees to get your hive started again.
To get a hive?
Yeah.
$250.
Just the bees, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you need extra bees, I have plenty. Carpenter bees. I've got all kinds of bees.
I'll talk with the girls and see if they want any roommates. And get them moved in.
I like the big fat bumblebees
Yeah.
that just kind of coast around.
Those are fun.
My kids, all three of them, when they were as smaller kids, and even as like teenagers now, they're so scared of bees. And I'm like, because a lot of them are the what's the one that stings everybody?
Like the wasps
The
and
wasps
the
and
yellow
stuff.
jackets,
Yeah.
for sure.
But if
Those
you
get
just
identified as
you
bees.
just stay away even if they're like coming by, they're not going to sting you unless you're messing with them.
Yeah.
In my opinion, for the most part.
For the most part.
But then you just see those big fat bumblebees come by. They're cool.
Yeah. I don't think they sting. Honeybees will sting you, but, they tend not to because they'll die. If the stinger pulls out, that's the end of their life.
But isn't that the same with all the other bees, too, if they sting you?
No, there's yellow jackets and stuff can sting multiple times. They don't
It
have...
grows back?
Yeah, so the honeybee's stinger is like barbed at the end. So when it sticks in something, it's hooked.
Gone.
So
Okay.
when they pull off of it, it kind of takes their guts out with it. So,
Wow, that's gross.
yeah.
You mentioned something about lumber.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the difference between a 2x4 today versus like
Oh, for sure.
20 years ago?
Yeah.
No.
My house is built in the 1850, so...
My house was built in 1950. We just did an embarrassing basement clean out of like old, just accumulated stuff. I have a desk in there that was built in 1950. I had some glass that was wrapped in 1965 newspaper. I kept some of it just for like a memory. But the person that we bought the house from kept all this stuff, and we just we moved in and never like cleaned it out. So I cleaned out the basement. And this stuff is so solid, so heavy. Like I had to dismantle it to get it out of the house. It's so thick. I mean, they don't make stuff like that.
Not at all.
Like it's crazy. If you haven't seen it, it's like insane, the quality of wood and lumber back then versus now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The beams and stuff are, gigantic. Takes
Heavy,
several men
solid.
to hold them up, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I remember in the fire department, we went to that place, that big facility where we do the walkthrough. What was it? The frozen storage place in Brockport.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, and part of it was like an old warehouse that had that old school wood. And they described how there was a fire there like a decade or two ago. And the wood is so thick and so dense that it actually put itself out. So by the time the fire department got there, it was just kind of smoldering the remains because it's so thick. Today's wood that builds these houses, it goes up like hotcakes because it's all
So like press board and all that.
yeah,
like,
and the press board has plastics in it. So once the
Oh,
plastics heat up, I'm talking in plywood too.
Sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The plywood, once it gets to that temperature, the plastic melts and then the wood just disintegrates. Like it's gone. Have you ever seen a Christmas tree on fire? By the way, like that type of tree.
No. But didn't
Pine-
you have a
a
tree that
pine
caught
tree?
on fire?
We save
Something
our
happened.
Christmas tree and then we'll put it in the bonfire. I made the mistake of putting the whole tree in the bonfire, thinking like, oh, no big deal. It goes up in seconds. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to call the fire department on my own house because it was windy that day, and I was like, kind of getting towards the house, and I was like, please go down, please go down. Thank God. Yeah. So now we cut it in like 4 pieces and we'll put it on. It's a great way to start a fire if you're having a bonfire because it catches so quick. It's so easy. Yeah.
Wow.
Random.
Yeah, I bet that's what, they didn't build old houses in 2x4s out of pine and, I think Douglas fir or whatever, they're made out of now. So it's probably harder for them to burn. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much time do you have, or I guess what capacity do you have for new orders on both the bee side and on the woodworking?
So on the bee side, I have a ton of honey
Tons
already.
of honey. You heard it.
I've got another 5-gallon bucket from last year. I've got that could be ready to be poured. So anybody wants some, reach out.
How do they reach out, Matt? Where do they go?
So you can reach out to me on Facebook or at Matt Humby or Instagram at Humby's Hive. Send me a message. I think my website's not up, but and orders. I think I have one. I'm working on something for the fire department. That should be wrapped up at the end of this month, and I don't really have anything pressing after that. So
Where's the furthest order you've ever had to send honey to? Anybody out of state?
yeah, Texas.
Really?
I sent some to my brother in Oklahoma. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
What about woodworking?
I think California I sent something.
Really?
Yeah, but it was someone like Facebook mutual or like Instagram mutual person.
Expensive to ship?
It was, and
I
typically that cost, I kind of lump in there ahead of time.
Yeah, you have to calculate that as well.
Yeah.
And if somebody has because you've told me some people from work, their like family has asked you, if somebody's like, I don't know if Matt can make this or not, what do they do if they have questions about like woodworking jobs?
Yeah,
and
again,
stuff?
just reach out to me. I think I'm trying to really get away from the things that are out of my scope and comfort zone. You know, furniture, shelving, things like that.
You want more artistic type stuff?
Yeah, stuff that'll,
Like what? What would be in your wheelhouse?
So something like, again, like your sign, that I can do on the scroll saw. I like making, like logo signs and things like that. I do. I made coasters for you guys in the past, and that's all done on my scroll saw. I'd really like to get into carving some utensils and stuff. My wife Rhonda, her stepmom, is getting rid of all her plastic utensils because of the microplastics and all that kind of stuff. So I think people are kind of moving to maybe wood utensils and stuff like that.
Oh.
So I've got some really nice woods I'd like to utilize for that. So
Really cool.
yeah,
That is awesome.
So you heard it from himself, Matt Humby. We call him Virgil, or we did.
Yeah, we
Years
still
ago.
do.
Why do you
we
stop?
Still do.
I don't stop.
Okay, good.
But he's open for business,
I am.
both with honey and the woodworking.
Yes.
Any final closing? One last thing you want people to know about you? Anything?
No, that's it.
Should we ask him what animal he'd be?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Well, I know you like that, the animal questions.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You guys have been doing this from the get-go.
Yeah, some people have some interesting answers. If you were an animal, what type of animal would you be and why, Matthew?
I'd be a lion.
A lion?
Yeah.
Why a lion?
It's kind of I think a noble animal. I think they're very majestic, like a male lion with his mane all, flowing in the free Sahara, wildlife out there. But I'd be a lion. They're pretty strong animals too.
Not a bee.
I'm not going to lie, you got bear.
Bees.
Bear,
I got a bear.
bear
Maybe a grizzly
characteristics. Yeah,
Grizzly.
grizzly.
Not
Okay.
a polar.
No.
No.
Don't poke the bear. Awesome. Matthew, thank you for your time. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
Yeah,
this.
absolutely.
Virgil, it's been fun.
Yes.
Thanks again for listening to the PennyWise Financial Podcast.
You've been listening to PennyWise Financial, brought to you by Monarch Wealth Management. Constantine and David really care about their clients. They want to make sure you're happy, so you'll continue to hire them. There's no commitments, and clients are free to leave whenever they want. Think about being able to pick up the phone and call someone for guidance and advice on almost anything, from buying a car, selling a home, buying vacation properties, or even selling a business. Reach out on the website at monarchwealthmanagement.com. There are 2 offices in Rochester and 2 offices in Buffalo. Reach out to us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube, or call us toll-free at 800-480-1580. That's 800-480-1580. Until next time, this is PennyWise Financial, signing off.
The opinions voiced in this program are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, and financial advisor or tax advisor prior to investing. Securities are offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, and SIPC.